Hey, this is Corey from Woodcraft, and today's video is going to be about my Stolberg Steel custom camp knife. Now, this knife is handmade, but it's a very affordable knife. Stolberg Steel you can find him on Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description box down below to where you can find his work. I recently did a video talking about the fit and finish of this knife, and I love this thing. And so when it comes to Stolberg Steel, the thing that makes him different than everybody else is he gets a stock of 1095, this is 1095, and he grinds it down himself. He forms it all by hand. Everything is done by hand. There is no CNC, there is no nothing. He just sits and grinds it until it fits in his hand. He makes all his own custom everything. He makes the sheaths by hand. He does everything by hand. And for the price point, it's amazing how affordable these knives are. Now, because they are custom, because they are handmade, I can't tell you how much a knife is going to be because it depends on what you want. It depends on the different handle material. It depends on, there's a lot of factors that come in to making a custom handmade knife. So you're gonna have to talk to him when it comes to pricing. But the fit and finish, like I showed in my last video, is amazing. I love this knife. Something that makes this knife unique compared to my LT Wright Genesis or my other knives is that Stolberg Steel customizes in skinning knives, like deer skinning knives, little hand skinning knives. And so I wanted something that was more of a camp kitchen knife than more of a utilitarian knife, and he delivered. This thing is awesome. I've used this in the kitchen to make beef jerky, so I've used it to trim the fat, cut off the silver skin, and this is actually my go-to knife. Every single time I make jerky, this is the knife I'm looking for because the 1095 stays razor sharp. I'm very familiar with 1095, so I'm able to sharpen it, and I'm able to keep it sharp very easily. And it's my favorite kitchen knife when I'm making jerky or other meats at home. But even out in the woods, we were making brat patties, and Caroline had her Mora Companion, and she wanted this knife over her Mora Companion because it's so sharp and it's so easy to use. The downside, I would say, to this knife is it's all handle heavy. All the weight is in the handle, so it doesn't make for a good chopper. It's really hard to chop branches. It's really hard to chop things in half. I had like a 1.5 inch, maybe 2 inch diameter stick, and to chop through it, you can't. It doesn't have the mass or the momentum to really dig into it. It does dig in because it's sharp, but it doesn't have that mass to really drive it home. But it's not really made for that either. It's made to be a skinner. So for cutting birch bark, well, I found some down logs of birch bark, and cutting off that birch bark, like just skinning it, was so easy. Another thing is it comes with a very sharp 90-degree spine, and it has jimping on the spine, and the jimping is very shallow. It's not to secure my thumb. My thumb's not going to slip. It's more of a serration. So when I'm scraping fat wood or birch bark or using the spine of my knife for wood processing, it kind of adds serrations and it kind of fluffs up that fat wood a lot better. Kind of fluffs things up, and it kind of makes quicker work than just a standard straight edge 90-degree spine. So I really like that. But right behind the jimping is a flat spot, and I never really strike ferro rods with the spine of my knife. I use the spine of my knife as a wood processing tool, not a fire starting tool. But I know you guys are gonna ask, and so you can see it does throw sparks. And yeah, it's just a great all-around knife. It really isn't, like I said, it's not a chopper, it's not really a survival knife. It's more of a camp knife. It's a camp style knife. When you're camp cooking, this thing is gonna be the best. When you're carving out feather sticks or carving wood, that's where this thing shines. It's more of a carving, food prep knife. It's not really something that you're gonna take deep into the woods and rely on it to build a shelter, rely on it to do different things. It can do it, but it's not gonna do it the best. So that is my review of the Stolberg Steel knife. It has become my favorite knife. I love this thing. Caroline likes this, and you know Caroline, she only likes her more companion. I've showed her a lot of knives, and this is the first one that actually impressed her. So
I'm using Corey's knife, super sharp and easy to get this stuff off of here.
maybe she'll do a video on it later, but I just wanted to get this video out and show you guys that this is a great product. I highly recommend it. I will leave a link to his Facebook in the description box down below. You can message him on there. I know because he is just a single guy doing this all on his own, he likes to take orders, and then when the orders get too much, when they get backed up too much, he likes to stop taking orders so that he can catch up. And so if he's not available right now, just hold tight and he'll finish what he's got on hand, and then he'll start taking orders again. So you might want to follow him on Facebook to keep up to date with what he has going on. And so with that being said, make sure to get down there and check out that link, and I will see you on the next video.